Hi, folks. Welcome to Thursday evening, April 2nd. It's another day, right? I could tell you my own stories, but hey, they're good enough for another time. Um, we have made it through another day. Perhaps you feel like me sometimes. I reach the end of the day and I think, we made it through. It seems like that's what it is. And then we ask and pray for a good night's sleep so that we can wake refreshed and be ready to face what the next day holds. This evening, the things I've been thinking about, I wanted to bring to you. I've just been thinking about what it means to be community, what it means to be together in this, and how we're together in this, not just as a part of Messiah or a part of the Mankato community or even the state. This is such a global thing that we are a part of, and we are so interdependent on one another in ways that I don't know that I had ever truly thought about or imagined before, and what that means in terms of how we help and care for one another. I've been thinking about that as well in light of one of the kind of op-ed articles I read this morning in the Mankato Free Press. And so if you read that paper too, you might have seen it. Kathleen Parker is one of the columnists that writes periodically. And she had a lot of things that she was saying, and I was with her, probably agreeing with a lot of what she was talking about. I think the name of the article was the "We Wear the Face of the Pandemic" or something like that, and how we're all um, kind of frightened, and it shows on our faces and all those kinds of things. But there was one sentence that brought me up short in her article, and I was like, "Oh, I hope not." What she wrote was, or what she said was, "It's clear from this reckoning and others to come." Oh, let me try that one more time. What's clear from this reckoning and others to come is that contra the "we're all in this together" mantra, we're really all on our own. And I thought, I'm not going to go there. I can't go there. I can't believe that we're all on our own. And often it feels that way. Often it seems like we're told that's the way it has to be. But as a Christian, no, we are never on our own. First, God is always with us. But secondly, God has given us one another as well. And it's our responsibility, our privilege, our opportunity, and our blessing to still be in all of this together and not to resort to being all on our own. And so I hope and pray that you are with me in that, that we know we are all in this together. And so this evening, I just wanted to bring you a couple of bedtime prayers. It actually comes from my book. I'll see if I can show it to you. Oh, there we go. I can never turn this the right way. A World of Prayers. It's actually a children's picture book, and it's just got a bunch of different prayers in it. And maybe, too, if you've got a child in your household, you might want to pull them over and pick one of these to use at bedtime tonight. But they're prayers that come from different countries in the world, and they remind me that we are all in this together. Whether we like it or not, we are all in this together. And so I just wanted to share a few of those nighttime prayers. Perhaps one will speak to you tonight as you, in a short while, perhaps if you're like me and go to bed early these days, or even later, pull this up and just find one of these prayers to speak to you this evening. The first one comes from India, and it talks about the hen covering her chicks. And that's an image we have of God that we hear once in a while, and it's a beautiful image, I think, of the mother hen covering her chicks. And I don't think we always think about that like we perhaps should. So here's my picture of that. Isn't it amazing when you stop and think about it? Just imagine how well protected those chickens feel as the mother hen covers them up, and they've got to believe nothing's going to go wrong because their mom is taking care of them. And so here's the first prayer. Dear Jesus, as a hen covers her chicks with her wings to keep them safe, protect us this dark night under your golden wings. Amen. Like I said, that one's from India, and I wanted to share kind of a cute one from Scotland. And this one says, from ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties and things that go bump in the night, Good Lord, deliver us. Amen to that one. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this closing prayer. And as I do that, I invite you as well as a time of prayer to lift up people that you are caring for, concerned about, loving, all those things within your own circle. I invite you to join me in lifting up children all over the world, people who are vulnerable all over the world, vulnerable to this disease, vulnerable due to poverty and disability, due to race or ethnicity, due to refugee status. There are so many ways in which so many of us are vulnerable. And so we lift each other up. Those who are vulnerable because they're fighting the front lines of the disease at this point. The list goes on. I invite you to lift up the people that you are remembering who are vulnerable. And we just pray for their protection this evening, like that mother hen who covers the chicks. And then for all of us, I just invite you to join me in this prayer as we come to the close of a day. Oh God, and by the way, sorry, this prayer is from Uganda. So we went from India to Scotland, and we will end this evening with a prayer from Uganda. In your hands, O God, I commit myself tonight. Let your angels surround my bed and help me to rest in you and wake up to glorify your name. Amen. I love that one, and I think it's a wonderful blessing for all of us, no matter who or where or what. So I'm going to read it one more time and then say goodnight. Oh God, in your hands, we all commit ourselves tonight. Let your angels surround our beds and help us to rest in you and wake up to glorify your name. Amen. Good night.